Hello, hello, hello. And oh, welcome back to That Quirky Bird Girl. I am your host. I am Steph, That Quirky Bird Girl. If this is your first time seeing my channel, welcome in. I am so fortunate and happy to have you here. I do a little bit of a lot of it. So what my YouTube channel is over here is I talk about birds, I talk about my life, I talk about things that I have going on, and things that I'm excited about, things that I want to share with you all, and also just like the bumpy journey of life and how I come back to birds every single time. So you have here on our shoulder, my cast, the wild turkey. This is the male wild turkey, and he is stunning. Before I get into So this is a wild turkey, like I said, a male of sorts. He's stunning, isn't he? He's a little gobbler. That call that you heard, it was the gobble. And so let me get into what I will be talking about today. So I went to an actor's workshop. Yes, I did do that. And I was so inspired and so excited to see other people that were learning and evolving and being okay with the process of learning and something maybe not necessarily being like totally perfect, because anytime you start a new skill, you literally start from zero. And I think oftentimes people forget that. Like, people don't get to where they are and being as good about something as they are until they literally go through the process of getting there. Like, if I look back at my videos 2 years ago when I was creating content about birds, like, they're so different. I wasn't showing my face on the camera. I could barely look at a camera. I could barely talk to a camera. I could barely get excited or show my expressions or show my true self on a camera. Like, I was very limited with what I was actually able to do and able to express for my own personal reasons. And now, today, I've completely evolved. I feel like a camera expert. Not necessarily. I'm getting there. Every day is a learning experience. I feel like to say expert is to say part of you stops learning. And so that's why I'm so adverse to the word expert. But I do feel like I'm an expert of trying new things and adapting and taking away with it what I want to, what I can, what works for me into the next thing that I want to try, because I love just multiple different iterances of something that feels similar. Like, for example, I've talked about how languages and birds feel similar for me. Feels like a massive crossover. It just always has. Let me get into what I'll be talking about, what I'll be trying today. So it's actually a few things, but the primary thing that I will be trying today is an Australian accent. Yes, you heard that right. I don't know where the rest of that Australian accent went. My mouth ate it. I'm gonna try an Australian accent. We're gonna see how it goes. I bought this book of the best of Aussie slang. So I just feel like this is the direction that I'm heading in, or this is the direction, like, if you've joined my lives over the past few months, you know I've whipped out my Australian accent like it was nobody's business. Like it's a sailor from Perth. I don't know. I love doing the Perth accent. I think it's so fun. I watched Love Island Australia for a really long time, and I just fell in love with the Perth accent. I thought it was really fun. So that's what I'm going to attempt today. And we're going to try and we're going to see how it goes. I also have this silly little mic that I'm going to use periodically because I think it's fun to have a mic. I think it's fun to have a mic. I don't know about you all. So that's the first part of STEPHTRIES. The second part is I got cinnamon raisin bread for the first time since literally never, actually. I used to get cinnamon raisin bagels. Very different experience, more dense bread. I'm very curious on how this is going to be. Actually, I've got to get out of the oven. Be back in a jiffy. It wasn't even ready. So it's going to cook for a little bit longer and I'll leave it in there to cook. I'm going between a British and Australian accent right now. So really fine tuning and unintertwining the accents is probably the next best step for me. Usually the route that I go in terms of improving these accents is usually found on Love Island or reality TV shows. So we'll see how I try to sort of cultivate it in a non-setting like that, hopefully a little bit of a healthier setting. I find that when I watch too much reality TV, it causes problems. I need a break from reality TV for a second, except Summer House. I'm on Summer House. Oh, love Summer House. Okay. So yes, this is a wild turkey. This is an Aussie slang book. And for those of you that are used to this background, I've added a few new things. So you can see behind me is my American Robin painting that I did. And y'all, if you want to see me paint a new bird live, put it in the comments because I am taking requests. So I will be painting more birds. And so this wall behind me is going to get pretty filled up with birds, if I do say so myself. Okay, so now we're just waiting for my cinnamon raisin to actually finish cooking. And I'm going to try some Aussie accents. Let's get into Aussie accents, shall we? That was British. See, this is the thing. It's when it's too close. Or here we go. It's an Aussie. Okay. When it's too close, when it's too close to a British accent, I can slip easily in a British accent, which is a really big problem. I just have to remember that the Australian accent lives deep in the throat, like way deep back, big, big. And the British accent lives far higher up on the spectrum of, I guess, the belly as well as the front of my throat and the way that I talk. I talk a little bit more with air, if that makes sense. I digress. So fun. All right, let's get into some Australian shit, shall we? Ooh, Melbourne man. Okay, some of this slang might be very old. Let's see. 1947. He has a 20-year-old daughter. How long ago was this reported? Okay, everyone. To dismiss someone out of hand is to give them the big E. To put the acid on. To dismiss someone out of hand is to give them a big R. It's a more polite way of saying you've given someone something, something, or someone the yes. People who are dismissed from their jobs are said to have been given the ass, or Tijuana in Espanol. Rhyming slang from Tijuana Brass. Ooh. You just heard my Spanish accent. Oh no, that's going to be a problem too. I didn't even realize. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I also speak Spanish and Italian and I'm learning Portuguese. So it's like I am really diversifying my repertoire. And so we'll see. Okay. Acid. To put the acid on. To ply someone for health, money, or coitus. As I get older, I need help with all three. That was British. Acre, your backside, bum, ass, bottom, et al. Nirvana, for a lot of Aussies, is sitting on the acre doing nothing but watching the grass grow. Okay, let's look up a chart that has the key pronunciations of an Australian accent. All I need are the spectrograms. And then I can do it pretty well. There's someone that has a 15-minute movie or video about how to do an Australian accent. All right. Okay, let's shake on my brain. All right, people. This butter has olive oil. I don't know if I'm really going to like that. But all is good in the hood. Olive oil's good for your skin, isn't it? All right, mate, let's get into it, shall we? All right, okay. And set. Don't eat that. My kit has the curiosity kitty bone. Leave it alone. Sir, back up from the food. You are not a qualified food surgeon. You must stand by. She must stand by. Excuse me, sir. Are you qualified to be on these grounds? Why, no, I'm not. Not in the slightest. That's what you said. You silly goober. Here's a goopy goober. Okay. Cheers. It's really good. Hold on. While I decide, I'm going to read. Okay. Here's a wiki how. Say it like Australian. Australian. Start by leaving the R sound off of words like matter or liver, says certified accent specialist Amanda Boyce. I'll work with her one day. Draw out your vowels and bend them to make multiple vowel sounds in one, such as saying nice, nice, nice. Add a soft R to long all sounds, so no becomes no. Okay, might, might. So it really like no becomes nor because O adds an R. Window, 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 window because there's an O. Add a soft R. Turn, turn, turn. Matter of fact sounds like matter of fact, matter of fact, matter of fact. What? And words that end with I reckon, I reckon, I reckon I'll go surfing this Arvo. I reckon I'll go surfing this Arvo. Arvo. Over. I reckon I'll go surfing this Arvo. Okay. G'day. Blend your words together when you're talking in pauses and between them. The phrase g'day is perhaps the more well-known example of the Aussie tendency to blend their words when they speak. As you can imitate this simply by speaking a little bit more quickly. You'll find that words naturally tend to blend together. There are some examples. Got to, gotta, 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 ought to, oughta, oughta, oughta. All right, I'm gonna try. Try. Why are you gonna do that? Forgive, sorry, ins, paz. Ooh, because of paz. This is part of my new word repertoire. Immediately. Okay, I need a pin. Guess who's back? Back again. Back again with a pin, with a pin, with a pin. I left the book over there. Alrighty, party amigos. Let's get into this book, shall we? Comet has joined us from behind and upward. And I've got a snack. I just learned some of the founding principles of the Australian accent and I'm going to test them out. It's not going to be perfect. However, I'm going to try my darndest. When you put in the hard work, you get the result. All right. Act the goat. Act the goat. Act the goat. Act the act the goat. It means to behave in a silly or foolish manner. Aggro. Abbreviation of aggravation. It can be described as angry, belligerent person, or trouble, as in, don't give me any aggro. It's also got the name of an obnoxious but funny little puppet seen frequently on Australian television. The telly. Okay, aggro is eerie, airy-fairy, a cobra, Il Capone, rhyming slang for telephone, also dog and bone, and eau de cologne. In Australia, we often give each other a gin slang ring on the dog. I don't know what that means at all. Quite literally. However, are you okay? You're just sniffing my head as if like I did something or something. I don't know. Cats be catting, I guess. A lick. Or Alec, a smart Alec, a smart Alec, a smart Alec. I used to get called this all the time. I was just smart. Who seems to know everything, but generally knows stuff all. Or a person is limited intellectual capability who spends most of his life achieving very little. Or alecking around. That went southern. Elicking around. Algae. The abbreviation for an alcoholic. As Dean Martin once said, if you drink, don't drive. Don't even put. All right. Phrase used to indicate everything's okay. All right. Everything's all right. Ankle biter. A young child, if you prefer, rugrat of sorts. Apple shall be. A quaint expression of indiscriminate origin, indicating that everything will be okay. Apples shall be apples. No. What was that? She'll be apples. That was Midwestern. Shelby apples. No, that was Southern. I don't know what that was. Shelby apples. Apro, which means something that you are inspecting or trying out before you buy, is said to be out of apro. Aframo, the result of a nasty shaving incident. Aristotle, arse. Given the arse, needs to be fired. Arty farty. You see them everywhere. Art galleries, the opera, concert halls. People have absolutely no knowledge of the arts, but like to look as though they have. See also wankers. They're an arty farty. Alrighty. Well, I will take a sip of my tea. Oh, it's delicious. Absolutely scrumptious. Whoa, it's good. Ooh, Avro. That's another really good one. Use this Avro. Hold on. Use this Avro. About as useful as an ashtray, isn't he? Isn't it? Isn't it? Something totally useless. In Aussie, short for Australian, pronounced Aussie. Australian salute, the constant waving of one's hand to brush away the ever-present blowy. Blowfly. Some say the reason we don't kill them is because they're almost a national bird. Why? Literally, it means I beg your pardon. You know, when you don't quite catch what someone else said, New Zealanders tend to use it as an explanation. Gee, we had a good time at the cricket, eh? Don't give me any back chat. No back chit. No back chit. No back chit. From you, sir, no back chit. To get someone's back up. To really annoy someone. Like your missus when you don't ask her for a second helping. Or bang on. Expression meaning exactly right or well done. He's done a bang-on job. A bang-on job. A Barbie. What Americans like to call cookouts. Cookouts. I'm hopeless at barbecuing. Those stupid baked beans keep falling through the grill. A Barney is a fight or violent disagreement. Nothing to do with the Flintstones. By the way, are Barney and Betty Rubble married in real life? Ashing your brains out. Extreme thinking or studying. The hardest 5 years of my school life were 3rd grade. Oh, that's a hard one. Batchin'. What us married blokes do when the missus is away visiting her mother. Derived from bachelor. Don't understand. Beauty. Generally used as an explanation of delight. Beauty. Oh, it's a beauty. Just a beauty. Oh, I love it. Variations include beauty, and beauty boddler. This is so funny. I literally can't hold it in. Holy crap. It's called a beef bayonet. The male organ. It's called the beef bayonet. I couldn't hold that for myself. Oh my gosh. Bell. To give someone a bill is to literally ring them on the telephone. My wife spends so much time on ours. Telecom are thinking of putting her up for a sainthood. Big note. If you brag about yourself, you are said to be big noting or wankering. Getting a bit. Bit of all right. She's a bit of all right. Anything that is attractive or promising. Generally, a good-looking member of the opposite sex is said to have this quality. Bit of all right. He's a bit of all right. I like the bite. The bite. Whenever somebody borrows money from you, they put the bite on you. Personally, I never lend money. It causes disease called amnesia. Bizzo, an abbreviation of business. You'll often hear an Aussie say he or she's got a bit of bizzo to do before the weekend. I also like that one. Hey, an explanation of excitement or amazement. If you're really surprised, you may even say, blimey Teddy. Perhaps when confronted by a large bear. Or a bloke. General term for your average Aussie male. He could be a good bloke, a great bloke, and not a bad sort of bloke. Or in my missus' case, a funny-looking bloke. Bloody, popularly known as the Great Australian Adjective. It can be used to express approval or disapproval. Bloody. It's a bloody beautiful day. It's a bloody beautiful day. It's a bloody awful day. Whichever bloody way you look at it, it's a bloody useful word. I'm loving this book. Lauren. Any unexpected visitor is regarded a blow-in. As in, look at what the wind just blew in. Bullicles. In the bullocky, the state of being totally naked. I was arrested for streaking last year, but got off. The evidence wouldn't stand up in court. Let's move on, eh? In your boot. Oh, he's a boozer. Someone who does a lot of drinking in his free time. Drinking. In his free time. He's a boozer. Down at the local boozer. Here's the boss cookie. It's the top dog in the town. Brekkie. Brekkie means breakfast. It's a brekkie. Are you going to have brekkie this morning? Or help yourself to another poached gogie, which is a poached egg. A gogie. Poached egg. A brekkie. It's very interesting. I'm having a lot of fun. Up and down like a bride's natty. Term used to describe anyone or anything that fluctuates wildly. Bugger off. Expletive to indicate to someone you no longer require their company. Bugger off. I don't know, mate. Got blown completely to buggery. Completely. Like, go to buggery. It's a mystical place that doesn't exist. It's just a way to tell someone to get out of your space, isn't it? Dropped a bundle. Rather uncomplimentary way of saying a woman has just whelped. Given birth. Don't know why this author has trouble saying giving birth when it's quite literally like you have a child. He has a child. Weirdo. Bung-ho. A slang term for cheese. Some varieties of which can be, not reading the rest of that. I'm going to give it a bell. To go for a bell. Very similar to bell. It means to give something a good try. You may give a marriage a bell. You should not give a marriage a bell. You should not. No. A restaurant a bell, or even take a car for a bell. I give things bells all the time. Bushfire. To get along like a bushfire. That means we get on really well. Or we get on like a house on fire. Or I just feel busier than a one-armed paper. I just feel busier than a one-armed paper hanger. I just feel busier than a one-armed paper hanger. I just feel busier than a taxi driver with crabs. I'm just busier than a loo. I'm busier than a common loon with 4 babies on the back. I'm busier than a one-armed paper hanger. I'm busier than a cubby with crabs. I forgot it. He came back. Actually, I love this one so much. Busier than a one-armed paper hanger. All right, everyone. This has been practice 1 of me Australian accent. I'll be doing more of these videos of STEPHTRIES, so stay tuned to see what more it is that I'm trying. I've got lots to try and lots of ambitions, so if there's something you want to see specifically, put it down in the comments below and I will try my darnity best. What I'm really feeling doing is a grey heron because I've got to continue this painting over here. And I'd also really like to do another video with British accents, maybe an Eastern European accent as well, just to sort of diversify my repertoire, so to speak. I also want to try singing and maybe an acting and maybe, I don't know, there's a lot of options that I could do. The world is my oyster kitchen. I am also doing a STEPHTRIES Portuguese, which there will be a follow-up video uploaded very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.